Thank you, John. Good afternoon, everybody. So the next step on what Ireland hope will be is the road to something new in a Rugby World Cup. That is something more than a quarter-final. Success in the Six Nations has set this team up for a very special campaign. Their pool, well, that's set to build to the anticipated crescendo against France in Cardiff. And today, after victory over Canada in Wales, Romania here at Wembley, in the sunshine, the next challenge for the European champions. Have named that old team. Their average age of nearly 30 can be put alongside Romania and their match day experience. All those caps alongside me, a man defying age with plenty of caps, Jordan Murphy.
What an occasion. It's great to be here. Seems like the whole of Ireland is here today. 90,000 people in Wembley. Such a great atmosphere. It's going to be a great day.
The anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the anthems of Romania. And first, Ireland, accompanied by Camerata.
Well, that stirred the pot. Wembley, the biggest venue in the Cup. Full again for Ireland against Romania. Welcome back. All set then. Man in the middle is Craig Joubert, World Cup final referee 4 years ago. About to get us underway. Jamie Heaslip, the captain. Joubert awarded 37 penalties in the France versus Italy game in this pool on the first weekend, and the players didn't really play ball. Let's hope that these two do and find a different route in Pool D. Keith Earls. Owen Reddan, not helping the average age, 35 now, Owen Reddan. Big Devon Toner. Must be wondering what he's done wrong, but he's lost his place, we think, at the moment for the big one. O'Connell alongside the massively in-form Henderson, but Toner might have something to say about that. And there he is again. Reddan. Finds Madigan, who will at some point, we're told, if it all works out, play at 9 as well as fly half in this match. Only 2 9s in the Ireland squad. And at the moment for Romania, in their change strip, it's all tackling. Geordie Murphy.
A lot of space in behind the line. The Romanians are defending with 13 and flat in the line, and I think the Irish are looking to maybe create a little bit of fatigue. Madigan, as we say it, sees the space and puts it in there.
High hanging ball, it's coming back to Jared Payne. Reddan again. Even with the kick, it's good ball retention here from Ireland. Nearly out of the hands of the scrum half. But it's Tommy Bowe. Now he has a point to prove. Had a poor game against England in the warm-ups. Simon Zebo, fullback again today. His 5th start at fullback. This is his 20th cap.
The Irish continuing on their form that they had from the Six Nations, holding on to the ball for over 2 minutes than their opposite numbers.
Heaslip. Madigan. Here comes Earls. There's nothing Romania can do at the moment but try and retain their defensive positions and tackle hard. Calafeteanu, the scrum half, gets back to his feet, but a little bit wearily, considering we're only in the 3rd minute here. Carpo, the number 8, tackles, but each time Ireland making good ground. What a start to the match. Haven't let the opposition touch it. Here goes Heaslip. Reddan. Chris Henry. Opposite number, the Romanian captain, Macovei, makes the tackle, and then at last, the error.
2 green, let it go!
3 minutes in, Calafeteanu gets it off the park, and Romania can have a breather. They need it.
We cursed them there. We talked about how well the Irish are holding on to the ball. Great play, looking to create that fatigue, to capitalise on the fatigue later on in the game. But some great ball retention. There is a lot of space in behind the line, and potentially we might see Madigan putting the ball into those corners a little bit, putting pressure on that way.
Strauss. There's Donica Ryan at the tail. And Jared Payne. He's one of those who's had to back up, if you can call it that. It's Romania with a 4-day turnaround within just that particular question.
13 more!
France on Wednesday, and now this. 2 Tier 1 nations in their pool. Of course, their cup finals, I suppose, are against Italy and Canada, but they do not want to shame themselves. Not now. They have a chance against this caliber of opposition. They've waited a long time for matches like these.
They've tackled well so far with great conviction. Something we'll get from the Romanians. They're a proud nation. There'll be a lot of big collisions from them.
And a sizable team.
Renowned for having a big forward pack and not the largest and most nimble backs, but they'll be combative.
Trying to be nimble there was Strauss for Ireland, couldn't quite take it. And again, the relief provided by Tonita. One of Romania's more experienced campaigners, not just internationally, but also at club level. Now he's played with distinction in France for Perpignan. Here comes Zebo. Bounces out from his clutches, and a chance here maybe for Romania to break away with Thal. Bowe. That's good from the angle. Tommy Bowe knows he has to be right on top of his game. He was bundled over by Johnny May in the warm-up of England and really was not at his best. He's a lot better than we saw at Twickenham.
Some good coverage in the backfield by Bowe, and again spotting that space in behind the line. I think Ireland will want to hold on to the ball, but it is important that at times they turn this Romanian pack.
So the stats mounting up for Ireland, and Romania, I'm told, have made 41 tackles already.
Will they be able to maintain this pace?
Calafeteanu going into this competition, having been a World Cup member of the Romanian squads in 07 and 2011. There's a new man to Romanian ranks. Kinikinilau, Tongan-born, played against the country of his birth in the Romanian warm-up.
Holding on 2 greeners and arriving
in Bucharest.
Yeah.
But Macovei looks up at Joubert and sees that the penalty has been conceded here. Kinikinilau holding onto the ball, and then you can see also Macovei right over the top, off his feet.
It's a very good position by Strauss, straight away on the ball, limping on, making Macovei come in from the angle. He's got to come through the gate there, which is a very small space and a very difficult task to do.
The kicking duties fall to this man, Ian Madigan.
Yeah.
They fly half centre for Leinster and has done on numerous occasions. He's covering that scrum half position just in case in this squad. Because Johnny Sexton is the star man for that man, Joe Schmidt. But Madigan, an important member of the team. World Cups are won by squads.
And he showed what he could do last week when he came off the bench against Canada, making that break for Jared Payne's try.
The squad thing never better exemplified than at Twickenham last night. Wales having to dig deep. Madigan steps forward and does a very good job first off. Strong start from Ireland, and they now have points to show for it. Pressure on Romania to get this restart right. It's Michael Wiringi, New Zealand born. Actually comes from the same town as Nathan White, who's on the tight head prop for Ireland in the Taranaki.
No influence.
Wiringi answered an advert in the New Zealand media put out by the Romanian Rugby Football Union, and went to settle there. His first trip outside of New Zealand. Now he's representing the country. That out on the full, so Ireland not exempt from making mistakes here.
An opportunity for Romania to get on the attack here. They haven't had any ball in any decent positions, but now they'll look to send these big centres up and look to hold on to for some phases.
Andre Radoi to throw in, following in the footsteps of one of the Romanian greats, Marius Tincu, who's now forwards coach at this side. Calafeteanu. Romania are trying to expand their game under Lynn Howes. The likes of Kinikinilau coming in. They're not averse to using a bit of muscle, but here it does go wide with Fercu. He's played on this ground already in Saracens Cups earlier in the year, made his premiership debut against Harlequins.
All the way. Don't fall on the wrong side in the first place.
Penalty remaining.
Jared Payne giving the referee a right look there. Felt he couldn't roll away as he was trapped into that breakdown, but that will be the discipline problems that he'll need to solve. He's got to roll out of there.
Yes, there.
Well, he seems to be making the effort there. Though Joubert says don't fall there in the first place. You do put yourself in the spotlight if that's the angle you take.
Oh, it's a very difficult thing to do. Payne there is trying to make the tackle first and foremost, and when he does find himself in the back of the tackle and trapped, he doesn't have many options. He's trying to crawl out there, but not to the referee's satisfaction.
Grizzlin Howells. Far end as we look there. Back in 1999, the World Cup, he was assistant to Graham Henry with Wales, and then when Henry took charge of the Lions in 2001, he was temporary caretaker of the Welsh national side. Now with Romania. Calafeteanu scored 17 points against Portugal in qualification earlier in the year. Good start, not just for Madigan, but for Calafeteanu.
Those first 5 or 6 minutes were as frantic as I've seen. For Romania to make 42 tackles is a great achievement.
And a really good response. Madigan goes short. Taken by Chabakal. He was debut against Ireland 10 years ago. I think you were in that match.
I was in that match. It feels like a long time.
Wiringi. Madigan in plenty of space here. Zebo 2. Keith Earls. He's starting to fizz again, is Keith Earls. That's great to see for Irish supporters. The centres there, Cave and Payne, but Romania, plenty of numbers.
It was a nice, lazy line run by one of the Irish backs to create that overlap on the outside.
Thanks.
And with the beard there is Lucaci. He wasn't originally selected, but there's a suspension for Valentin Ursache. Received a ban for the tackle that he made against France. Wiringi. Oh, that's fallen straight to Zebo. And he's off. And he loves mayhem, he loves space. Heaslip.
Straightening the line well there. There was no space on the outside. Heaslip ran a great short ball.
Madigan was looking across field. It's half charged down. Here's a chance for Romania. Waiting on this side is Botezatu, but it's Calafeteanu who goes that way. Tonita. Carpo in there as well. Calafeteanu. Captain Macovei played number 8 against France on the open side today for Romania. As big an open side as you will see.
Use it!
He certainly is a sizable 7. Ian Madigan spotting the space there. Unfortunately not deep enough to execute a quality kick.
Wiringi. Kinikinilau. Two men brought in from the Southern Hemisphere, having qualified on residency. There's Lucaci on the floor. Calafeteanu. There goes Fercu, the fullback. That had gone to hand, it might have been a different story. Reddan. Bowe off the wing. It's a little bit loose, but it's not the end of the world because Henry has found Zebo, and Zebo might try and stretch them on the outside here. Payne, inside ball is good to Geordie Murphy. He offloads and away goes Keith Earls. Oh, he's come through that really well. That's good hands from Strauss. And here's Zebo again, putting his head down. Zebo, little chip. Oh, he's taken it. Zebo, brilliant. He's going to like that. And so are the fans.
Exceptional try from start to finish. Tommy Bowe starting it from his own 22. With some great passes. Keith Earls with an amazing offload and some fantastic skill again from Simon Zebo. The crowd here chanting his name.
Terrific hands in this try. Earls got it going again with that intricate little move. Good support from Strauss, and then Zebo, a lot to do from here, George.
Amazing skill off his left foot. Not an easy thing to do at full pace.
Sean, over to you, what you're looking at.
Okay, so I'm looking at the player being in touch, Craig.
Yep.
15 green.
Sean Veltzman, the television match official. Is he in the air when he took that? Needs to be. I think he was. That looks good, I think.
That is an amazing piece of skill.
Just 1 second. Just 1 second, Craig. I'm looking at another angle.
Okay.
It's tight.
No try, I think. I think that angle shows his toes still on the ground. Unlucky.
Craig,
Yeah.
the green player was in touch.
The green player in touch.
In touch.
So we're playing a line out.
We're playing a line out, white ball.
Right, okay.
When the officials first saw it again, well, certainly Joubert, he thought it was
Where
right.
is it?
Zebo clearly thought it was right. But you do have to hand it to Sean Veldsman.
Okay, thanks.
Desperately unlucky. There's a millimetre in that. His left foot is just barely on the ground.
Yeah, thanks.
He does get involved, but he gets a lot right, does Sean Veldsman. Zebo, one of those players, he's full of the tricks, isn't he?
We've seen some of his bag of tricks before in the Six Nations, and that kick executed at pace is unbelievable bit of skill.
A man after your own heart.
Yeah, wait.
I wouldn't put that on him.
So Zebo's try scrubbed out. In Romania,
Off your
as we
please.
approach the midway point of this first half. Level at 3 apiece. Good work from Murphy at the line out.
Over the 15.
Short side to Earls. Staying on his feet, and the supporting men therefore can use him as a target to drive on Healy, Healy.
Yeah.
Madigan. Captain's doing well here. Heaslip. Reddan, Madigan. Payne, Zebo. Anticipation rises again when he gets the ball.
Reddan 12!
Some big collisions going on. A lot of white shirts in the defensive line.
Listen to Joubert here.
So there are actually 2 infringements there. The first was over the 15 before the line out.
Yeah.
Second was 7 clean out around the neck, and it's a penalty only. We're going back. Have a word with 7, please.
We've seen a lot of that in the World Cup so far.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult thing to do, but the ORB have been very clear. Any tackles or anybody slipping their arm around someone's neck is going to be a clear penalty. The Romanians twice there over the 15 at the back of the line out, trying to shut the Irish down by slightly bending the laws.
He's encroaching offside at the line out, as you say, over the 15 metres where the referee sets the line.
Nice set move by the Irish, trying to catch the Romanians down the short side. I think they were up to it.
Ratio's just about 3-1 on possession. Six to 3 on the scoreboard.
I think the danger for Ireland here is that they get a little bit panicked, a little bit rattled. They need to keep holding on to the ball, believe that their patterns will create the fatigue in these Romanians. They're tackling strongly so far, but fatigue will build, mistakes will come, they will make breaks.
Romania are used to a big crowd. When they play Georgia, they packed them in. 61,000 the last time those two met.
Sack is fine. Use it once.
Not quite this figure, though. The World Cup has never seen this figure before. To New Zealand, Argentina last week, and again here with Ireland. Earls has done wonderfully well once more. And here comes Henry, and his offload is good too. Reddan, Healy, Madigan, overlap possibilities here as Payne finds Zebo. Is he going to get it? No, he offloads to Bowe. Is that a strong finish from Tommy Bowe?
Fantastic play by Keith Earls, regaining that box kick, and Romania were on the back foot from there.
Yeah, Sean, try no try, please.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Inevitably, it goes to the television match official, but I think with some justification here. A little smile from Greg Joubert. Strong shoulder from Bowe to see off the tackle. Strong finish. The flag now is not in touch.
That's a fantastic finish by Tommy Bowe, using every ounce of strength there to win that little battle. Ball in two hands, textbook try.
Can I go for decision for you?
Yeah, standing by, Sean.
You may award the try.
Thanks.
Zebo denied, Bowe not. Ireland's most capped wing. Overtaken Dennis Hickey.
So there's a good thing there's no roof on Wembley. It might have been blown clean off by the Irish supporter cheering for Tommy Bowe there. That's a fantastic take by Keith Earls. Owen Reddan's box kick very tight to the touchline. He kept his eye on the ball all of the way, got up, managed to stay in field and offloaded the ball. Fantastic skills.
Only our man in the studio, Brian O'Driscoll, has scored more international tries than Tommy Bowe. That's number 29 for Bowe. He's level on tries now with the aforementioned Dennis Hickey. Madigan as tight to the touchline as he could be, but you wouldn't know it.
Giving something to cheer about, that kick right through the middle.
Back three really working well together.
Yeah, I thought Simon Zebo could have held on to the ball a little bit longer there, potentially a try for himself, giving Tommy Bowe a one-on-one.
He's probably just worried about the TMO. Romania now have conceded that try. They replied well earlier when they went down to the penalty goal. Good work from Fercu.
Roll away, green tackle!
He just needs one more try to become Romania's record try scorer. He's been stuck on his 28 for 2 years. Tommy Bowe moving off his this afternoon. Lucaci. He's going to grow that beard until Romania go out of the tournament. I'm not sure if that's a promise or a threat. Kinikinilau. Calafeteanu. Apostol. Come off his right wing. Hear the collisions there on the referee's mic.
Ireland need to be careful. Romania coming direct.
Wiringi's ball to Carl. Now here's a chance maybe for Kinikinilau, the former Otago man. Somebody's lost a boot, it's Kinikinilau.
Kinikinilau's brother played a lot of sevens for New Zealand. He's a guy we'd like to see in the open field.
But Romania, just when they were getting up ahead of steam there,
I don't know.
not releasing, holding the tackle.
Yeah.
Chris Henry getting strong on the ball there. Showing his hands, releasing. Picking the man up, giving the referee no option but to award a penalty. Part of the Irish game today will have those back row players strong over the ball. Heaslip, another excellent advocate of the poach.
Whatever, please.
Strauss throws. Devon Toner, 6'10" of it.
Go that White!
Saving first choice the last 2 years. When Reddan to Ian Madigan. Payne is crunched there. Offside the call. That's why he was crunched.
There was an overlap on the left wing there. Payne was just unable to get the ball away due to the offside. I think it's Kinikinilau. It was Tonita, in fact. The headgear put me off.
Yeah, it was an amazing tackle.
Romania called the Oaks.
Go back 10.
Certainly
Numbers are fine.
Axe out today. Because they are making tackle after tackle. It's over 60 now. That from Tonita, probably the biggest.
Simon Easterby will be very happy with the way the Irish lineout is operating so far.
And Romania pride themselves in this aspect of their play, always have. It was excellent work from the Irish pack.
Use an on!
Penalty advantage in play. You'd expect this to go to the width.
Payne has a 50-50 chip. Well, maybe 90-10 in the end, really.
Number 8, some more. 8.
It's been a standard in the World Cup so far on those penalty advantages. Teams are trying those attacking kicks regularly. We've seen a couple come off. It's a shot to nothing, really.
Yes, with the penalty coming.
Yeah, you talked about Devon Toner earlier. I think any hooker is very happy when you've got Devon Toner in the line out with that height. Makes it a lot easier to hit your jumper. But he did a great job setting up a maul there as well. And Ireland, I think, on the back of that, will look to drive this over again.
Yes, of all the players on the field, Toner has the best view of the blue sky.
No more infringements.
Good take here and drive, and you would fancy Schmidt's men to get over the line on the evidence of what they've just done from round about the 22.
Joubert has just warned the Romanians about mole infringements as well, so potentially we could see someone in the bin here.
Obstruction. Shifted, changing lanes, obstruction.
More relief for Romania there.
Thanks.
Toner did his bit, and then
All shifted players in front.
Obstruction created. Got detached, didn't they?
Yeah, Ireland trying to go for the shift drive where they put the ball down to the second pod and drive onto that. Unfortunately, some players were in front of the ball carrier and the Romanians were unable to tackle it. Obstruction and a fair call.
It seemed Romania were right up for pulling it down as well. Just came a millisecond after the referee's whistle.
Oh, on the back of having just been driven 10-15 metres, they had to pull it early.
Chris Henry over that health scare, as is Richard Strauss now. Both of them had alarming moments. Bounce back. Be part of this World Cup. Madigan. Oh, it's a cruel bounce of Fercu over the head. Opted not to kick. Will he regret it? The Saracen squad man. Calafeteanu didn't really have much of an option there, did he?
Oh, it was a horrible bounce for Fercu. Madigan seeing the space there. I thought his positioning was quite good. Unfortunately, rugby balls don't bounce as they should. Put him under a lot of pressure, and he had time to kick it, but he opted to run, which was slightly surprising.
Through the middle is good.
Toner almost unchallenged again there. Darren Cave. Seemed at the start of Joe Schmidt's reign he wasn't one of the favoured few, but he came back as well to show what he could do in Ulster colours.
He's been playing very well for Ulster. He's been waiting his turn patiently, and he's got an opportunity out here to go out and impress today.
There's his captain Heaslip again across the gain line and being pushed on. Payne to Henry. Two more men of Ulster. Madigan. Zebo, what a good long pass that is. Keith Earls is going to put his head down and going to the corner where Zebo was denied. Earls is not. It's great to have him back for Ireland, Keith Earls, with this kind of form.
That try is all about Simon Zebo. Fantastic vision, fantastic skills, just to back himself to throw that pass. The opportunities were there. Romanians straw high up in the line, seeing the opportunity over the top, and that's a great pass. Great finish by Keith Earls.
The way he carries the ball, swaps it, looking for the handoff just in case.
I think he knew he had the pace to get there, but carrying textbook perfectly, left arm for the left winger. That's not going to be knocked out if he gets tackled.
Then Howells, too much to take. Really felt, talking to Lynn in the week, that the yellow card for Ion, his prop forward, cost his side so dearly in that match. He says, look, normally on average at international level, manning the sin bin for 10 minutes costs a side around about 7 points. He says when you're a tier 2 playing a tier 1, you can double that at least.
We saw it with Georgia and Argentina earlier in the World Cup. Their captain Gorgodze got sent to the bin and they conceded 3 tries, so I think that's a very fair tally.
Madigan hits the post at Wembley. I think he fancied it the way he left the kicking tee, rather jauntily. Talking of jaunty, here's Keith Earls, 5 tries at the last World Cup, and there's his first one at this one.
Spotted Apostol, his eyes were up, his vision was in the right place, and threw that ball over the top. Takes a lot of courage to throw that. It's intercept written all over it, but it's great execution, the perfect trajectory.
Ireland have won all 8 meetings between these two, met twice in a World Cup, once in Dublin, 1999. Last one in Gosford, Australia 2003. I'll take him back, Tommy Bowe.
White in the tackle.
His performance at Twickenham has rather concentrated his mind, you feel?
I think he was probably a little bit disappointed with his missed tackle in Twickenham. Very difficult in a World Cup year when the squad's already picked the week before the tournament starts. But Dave Kearney's been on great form as well, and Dave put some pressure on Tommy with his performance against Canada, so he has to have a big game today in order to play himself back in.
With Earls producing on the other wing.
Earls has been consistent. He's showed some great touches already today, so it's a great shootout for those spots. Tommy Bowe is one of the best in the air, and that's one of the things that probably may stand in his favour when it comes to knockout rugby, particularly the way Ireland will play with those high hanging kicks. That's a great example of how he can add to our performances.
Okay.
A little bit of variation, avoiding Tonita. Going to Geordie Murphy. Born in Barcelona. Reddan to Madigan and Bowe. Here's Donica Ryan. So half a year out with that toe injury, but internationally he will feel like a new signing for Joe Schmidt to have him back. Jared Payne, good carry. Healy's receiving treatment on this near side. That will be a concern for Ireland. There's Strauss, his fellow front rower, to find Chris Henry. Reddan is coming Healy's way.
Fell into the tackle, play on.
It was Carl who was flying in there.
Clear what?
We've got Strauss. Stopped by Tonita. Madigan. Good on the gain line from Romania. Popirlan goes in there, the second row. Zebo. Healy's okay. Back on his feet.
We saw the template for what we need. The little footwork at the line. The Romanians are strong when we carry straight into them. That little bit of footwork before, the little offloads like Jamie Heaslip did there.
Just about to say some recovery from Healy, but then the knock-on, but the good news is clear. And he's back down again now. Use this time to get the physio on once more.
Time off, double injury.
Doesn't hold back, does he, in anything that he does.
It certainly was a great collision there. Some great footwork by Zebo. Chris Henry earlier in the play showing that's where Ireland can get over the gain line, get some quick ball and cause those problems.
Well, nothing more serious than a contact lens.
I think Joe Schmidt will be happy with this first half performance.
Come on.
A few small mistakes, a few handling errors in contact, but on the whole, they have gelled. They've created some good opportunities, and that fatigue will pay in the second half.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we have a scrum.
Oh, good.
Not sure you need your contact lens for a scrum, but he is all ready to go.
Crouch. Bind.
Hit against Paulika Ion.
Set.
Familiar face, rugby in these parts, formerly of Bath, London Irish, London Welsh, now Perpignan, and currently under a whole lot of pressure. Calafeteanu.
Carpo did well there. That scrum was going backwards at a rate of knots. Managed to pick the ball up and get some go forward.
Your side, okay.
Enable the Romanians to clear.
Good throw from Strauss. He's been very accurate.
Okay, got it from the line out.
Romania just want to hang on here.
Yep.
This final 5 minutes before half-time.
So it's a back
The
line
moment the
player.
scoreboard is respectable, try and keep it that way. There was advantage being played.
White's number 8 offside at the line out.
What will
Offside
Ireland
at the
try
line
and do
out, 8
here?
White.
Madigan's coming forward. And there's no kicking tee. Crowd will like this. And as Ireland get ready for the line out, let me remind you what's coming up on ITV. We've got highlights tonight, 10:20, to pull together another exciting day in this Rugby World Cup. And for the next live action, off to Sandy Park, Exeter, Tonga versus Namibia. That will be a cracking atmosphere. That's on ITV4, 4:15
Use it
Tuesday.
once.
In many ways, we've got this massive crowd here today. Tonga, Namibia, in Exeter. That's what the early stages is all
White's going
about.
collapse small. Collapse small. Come over, please.
Carpo doing well again there to collapse that mole and realising he didn't have to roll away, tie that ball up, gives the Romanians the scrum. It's been good variety from the Irish line out so far. A lot of peels, a couple of penalties, shift drives. I think we need to improve our discipline there. Probably better to have the ball to attack at the Romanians than to give away scrums and penalties.
That's not to say we're complaining about what we've had this weekend. The big teams and the big grounds. What an epic last night at Twickenham. And here today in North London at Wembley, the home of football in England.
Bind.
The home of World Cup rugby today, the home of Irish rugby. green everywhere. 2 tries to show for their efforts in this first half. Could have been 3, but Zebo just denied by a foot on the line.
Got to pick it up.
Calafeteanu. Keith Earls to Zebo.
Counteract through the middle is good.
Oh, that's good work. Called by the referee.
Advantage lost forward.
Referee can't admire, but he can say that there was no law transgressed
No
there.
advantage lost forward by White.
Knock on
In the
from
tackle,
Romania
yeah.
just went at the ruck. They had countered expertly.
One of the things Joe Schmidt will be furious about at half-time. He's very tight on his breakdown. People need to know their roles and execute them there. He'll be very angry at Romania's counter-ruck there.
Yeah. Okay, Romania, let's go. Thanks, guys.
It's one of the areas we've seen in the World Cup so far.
It's
Teams who perceivably are just attacking that area, attacking that breakdown, really causing that ball to be slow, giving their defences time to get set and organised. Quick ball is a killer for teams who haven't spent a lot of time together, particularly against attacks like the Irish back three will have out there today.
Rugby began in Romania in 1911 when some students returned from Paris and they've been studying with rugby balls. Not quite Webb Ellis running with it, but it resonates. Advantage here, Ireland having won the penalty at the scrum. The game has been played almost exclusively inside the Romanian half. They've knocked over 100 now of tackles, and they'll have to make some more here.
Over!
Here's Madigan. Just too much on that pass, maybe. He does fizz a lovely ball, but on that occasion, not quite the sympathy. Well, the replay will tell us that, possibly, but Romania hang on in there in this first half.
We talked about Ireland getting ball on the front foot. This take by Tommy Bowe is exceptional. Overhead, his Gaelic football skills coming to the fore. Great offload to Zebo, who was tackled by fingernails. But that front foot ball there, Ireland looked sure to score a try. Madigan's pass to Healy just a little bit too hard. Front rower won't be thanking him for that pass.
Payne and Madigan, there's another fired off pass. Joubert blows the whistle, and that will be it for the first half. And Romania can have a well-earned break, Jordan Murphy.
They've certainly made a lot of tackles. I think Ireland will need to continue to run the ball at them in the second half, but the accuracy has to improve.
Indeed it does. Ireland focusing on ruthlessness today, and at half-time they've been pretty ruthless. They will want to be even more so in the second half. It's 18-3 to Ireland. Thanks, John. And little things working for Ireland as well. Well, big things really in terms of the set piece, but obviously they will get a sterner test as the competition goes on. But their line out is again, as it was against Canada, 100%. And just the one scrum today, but that went very well indeed. And one of the reasons why the line out is 100% is that man, Devon Toner, straight into it, galloping into the second half.
He's certainly performed well on the line out, and he's been fantastic around the park as well today. That line out is a lot easier when he's in there, but you don't expect that from the big man.
Reddan to Toner.
Neck grab, green 7.
It's Chris Henry.
Clean out around the neck, 7 green.
Around the neck again.
Yeah.
It is zero tolerance on that particular offence these days. And the players should know it by now.
It's a very difficult thing to do when you hit that guy, trying to clean him out over the breakdown. Sometimes you find your hand there, and it takes a real discipline just to back off and release that guy. Totener on the charge there. That's what you want to see. 6'10", 127 kilograms on the hoof.
Yeah, Henry's gone in, arms round the neck.
Real good.
Radoi throws. Here's Wiringi. Apostol plays for the Bowe club in the northwest of the country, on the Hungarian-Ukraine border. And the 6 clubs in the Romanian Premier League, the top division. There's Apostol again. Ursache. He's with Carcassonne in France. 7 of this 23 playing outside of Romania for their club rugby.
Full green out of there.
Calafeteanu switches and finds Carpo. He's off to Coventry at the end of the World Cup. Chance to build something here, Romania. This was a rarity for them in the first half, but that is a really good turnover for Ireland. Heaslip involved now on the charge with Earls. And Earls, he's not the tallest, but he made a good effort there on the charge down. It was a fine chase.
Fantastic chase there, realizing that he had to get there and cause a little bit of pressure on the retreating Romanian, but great territory gained by Ireland, and they're back on the attack.
Chris Henry in there again.
Great boot by Healy as well. You don't expect your props to be putting 80-meter punts downfield.
Well, it puts all that strapping around the ankle.
We know what he's been working on in his injury break.
And the Irish supporters, of which there are many, encourage their forwards here.
Right, use it now.
Reddan. And Earls looking for the bounce. He's there again. You want your players in tip-top form. Ireland have one here in Keith Earls.
I thought Reddan had telegraphed that. He managed to make a little dummy run down the blind side and drag some defenders over. When he actually went to it, it was a 2v2, but he managed to put the ball in, getting a favourable bounce, and again, a fantastic pickup and finish from Keith Earls. Great piece of skill to do that at pace, hoping that the ball's going to bounce a little bit higher, but when it sticks to the floor, Keith Earls down, picking it up off his bootlaces, and we've seen that ball knocked on a lot of times, but not today. Great bit of skill.
We saw it at Twickenham last night with Gareth Davis. What skill that was. And
I'm good, thank you.
well, pressure you could hardly put into words.
It's a great kick by Owen Reddan as well, seeing that space, realizing that there wasn't on to run, wasn't on to pass.
Madigan, good strike. Ireland 25, Romania 3. As Brian was saying at half-time, it's all about keeping that score respectable, not allowing kind of scores that used to afflict Romania in the World Cup. 90 points to 8 against Australia in 2003. Of course, outside the World Cup, England at Twickenham 134. Charlie Hodgson's debut all those years ago. Ireland's best 60 points against Romania. That's a good start for Ireland now in this second half. Just confident right from the off. Toner set the tone.
Been great on both restarts defensively there, not getting the lift, managing to get up, not needing it, taking it two-handed.
Calafeteanu. Wiringi. Another one from the Bowe club.
We saw Les Kiss at half-time talking to the Irish backs. He was very animated. I'm sure he was looking for them to get off the line. A little bit too soft in the first half, giving up too many yards.
Here's a chance maybe, though, for Apostol. Goes for the handoff. In goes Carl. The centre, now it's Wiringi. Popirlan. Just the third time in the match that Romania have been inside the Irish 22. Apostol again. Played in the last World Cup under the roof in Dunedin against England. Wiringi to Radoi. Calafeteanu. That's Popirlan. The time with Saracens earlier in the year, actually played for them against the South African side, the Bulls. Not too far from here. Turnover ball for Ireland at Wembley. It's good cover by Botezatu, then it's Fercu, the Saracen.
Turnover good, let's go watch on the
Not
ground.
with Timisoara Saracens. Connected club to the Saracens from England. There's Henry. And away goes Healy again. Well, he's certainly showing his fitness to Joe Schmidt. Murphy does well. Madigan, pick up from Earls. This is Jamie Heaslip. Offloads to find Tonita. Throwing it around now, Ireland. Enjoying themselves. Reddan, Madigan. Chris Henry. Does well to haul that one back in. Off goes Healy again, but doesn't take the ball. Down goes Radoi. Well played Carpo. Calafeteanu. Ion. Romania having a rumble now.
This game is helter-skelter at the minute.
Lucaci.
One, let go.
And the penalty.
Let go. Clear
First of all,
release.
well defended
Clear
Romania,
release.
and then real power
You're right.
trying to bring the ball away.
Okay, all right.
Some fantastic play on the far touchline by Jared
one.
Payne, getting the turnover. Ireland holding onto the ball, playing through the phases, but that quick ball, there's holes in the defence, and it just leads on to positive carries. Cian Healy under the sticks, and just managed to drop the ball, and they got a little bit scrappy.
Keith Earls, 2 tries. One for Tommy Bowe. Ireland just one away then from the bonus point. Well, that's the attendance being announced. And we've topped it. It's higher than the attendance for New Zealand versus Argentina, which I thought was a sellout. So we've squeezed a few more in.
I think Keith Earls is struggling here. They may look to get him off for a HIA. He looked to catch a knee of Apostol here on the right touchline. Got his head on the wrong side, made a brave tackle, but he's got a bang on the head.
We've got HIA.
That's right, Jordan.
Yeah, bring him on.
Changes were about to be made. We saw Rob Kearney stripped off and Paddy Jackson too. So just to confirm that attendance, 89,267. That is a new record for the Rugby World Cup. This is how Earls got injured.
It was a brave tackle, but not textbook. We're teaching kids to get their heads in behind the tackler there, not in front, and he caught a knee, and he'll be feeling it now.
So Kearney on, he goes to fullback, Zebo to the wing. Both of those players have played on the wing before, but Kearney, the more established man, of course, 65 caps now, he's won. He's had to get through a lot of work at this World Cup, Rob Kearney, but he was relishing it. Try against Canada. In goes little Reddan. And again, the scrum half. Madigan. Fercu, catch on the run. What can he make of it? Just like to counter-attack. We saw that in the first half.
Sorry, it's an area Ireland can target. He's ran everything that's been kicked to him so far. If Ireland get a good chase there, they may be able to isolate him later in the game.
Now, if ever you wanted a picture of commitment, it was Ursache there. The way he came onto that ball, the loose head prop. But now we get a different sort of picture. Ireland on the counter themselves. Just allowed to drop. Apostol has it now.
Pusher. Yeah, well.
Calafeteanu to Wiringi. Fercu. Tonita.
Reddan green.
Wiringi. Good tackle from Donica Ryan. Calafeteanu. Radoi just took his eyes off it.
Lost forward by White and back by Green.
Uncharacteristic from Ireland there when Madigan put the high ball up. Usually a very strong chase from Ireland. I think they look a little bit tired out there. I think maybe a time to make some changes or slow the game down. They'll be thankful for a water break.
There's the mark. Let's go, guys. Here's the
So
mark.
too Romania.
Yes.
Backing up from the match at the Olympic Stadium against France on Wednesday night.
Certainly a very quick pace to the second half so far. I don't think it's sustainable for the full 40.
Well, we heard Joe Schmidt talking to Gabriel before the match, saying that he wanted 55-60 out of Kearney and Healy. That's McGrath, who's stripped off, ready to come on. Controlled by Heaslip, one of the best at that. The scrum's on the move, the number 8. Good skill. And listen to the atmosphere in the ground as the wave goes round, the almost obligatory wave.
Through the middle.
Reddan and Tona, what a difference in size, those two.
Just wondering, is this an Irish wave?
Apostol. Kearney does what Earls nearly did earlier in the half.
If Ireland managed to get the bonus point try, the place could blow. Great skill by Rob Kearney there, truly committed, getting tight onto the foot, working very hard to get himself into a position to block the ball down. But again, great territory gain from Ireland.
The big ground supplied for Ireland because of their big support. Millennium Stadium against Canada. Here at Wembley today, off to Olympic Park themselves next weekend against Italy, and then back to the Millennium for the big one against France. Sellouts all the way, and noise all the way as well.
And the crowd are really enjoying this, really enjoying themselves.
Wait.
Calafeteanu gets the ball away, but for how long?
Great opportunity for Ireland here to launch an attack.
Sorry, say again. Send them on. Send them on.
So Romania making changes as well. Ionita coming on.
And 14.
And Strauss as well. Apostol goes off for Ionita in the back division.
Confirm you got everyone? Yep, thanks.
Strauss plays for the
Come on.
Saracens, who we talked about earlier. Ionita for Steaua Bucharest. He's been there for 16 years. McGrath is on for Ireland. Good run out for Healy. Reddan initially tries to rip the ball away, but realises that Heaslip is not having any of it.
Heaslip doesn't want to deliver this ball. Referee hasn't called for them to use it.
Now, pull it out! Pull it out! Yeah, through the middle.
That's an arm wrestle only going one way. Now Reddan passes to find Madigan. And Romania get the penalty.
8 white arriving.
Good spoiling from them.
8 white should have got a clean turnover.
Carpo did well again to get in on the ball. Madigan recognising that there was nothing on out wide. The white wall was there, opting to carry back into the forwards, back to where his support should have been. Carpo getting a great turnover, very quick on the ball, getting there before the Irish support was there to effect a clear out.
This number 8 Carpo was challenging for the ball legally, and the referee decided to step in, as the medics did with Keith Earls, but he's okay, having had the checks.
It's from an area called Moyross in Limerick. They're made from tough stuff down there, I tell you.
I'm not going to make someone else throw them. That's a hooker injury.
The head injury assessment now, it's so good that it happens away from all the hurly-burly of the match. On the pitch, not even on the touchline, but down near the dressing rooms, and of course the monitors there as well, and the Hawkeye option to be able to call on any replay required.
Come on.
The medical staff to make the right assessment for the player. Earls, therefore, must be okay. It's reassuring for him and everybody else to know that. Romania bringing on Turashvili, Georgian born hooker, and as Radoi goes off, he got a knock, didn't he, himself a few moments ago. A bit dazed when he was inside his own 22. Now he's in the dressing room area with the medics.
Outside green.
And there is Turashvili.
Ball is out, play on.
Geordie Murphy's got it.
Great turnover by Murphy.
They've done well, Henry and Murphy, the flankers. Now what about the backs? And Jared Payne. And still looking for this bonus point score. Tommy Bowe. Reddan, Madigan. Still waiting for his call to play a bit of the game at 9. Should it come? Madigan again. And he's going round on the loop, but the ball
off the foot, play on.
Not where he wanted it, and now Botezatu is chasing. Zebo has it.
No, 12.
Exhausting second half.
Ball's been in play for a long time. You can tell the players are all very, very tired.
They're blowing. That's McGrath. Bowe. Madigan, solid thump on the ball. Ionita lets it drop, and we'll have a line out.
A real test to see who's the fittest team here. Should be Ireland. Romania on the back of a short turnaround. Should be that little bit more fatigued. But the Irish team looks hard as well. They're thankful for their breaks. And
Paddy Jackson for Jared Payne is the change. So Madigan moves to the centre. Mr. Versatile.
oh, he's had a good game at 10 today. I think if he continues at that, at 12, he'll be a shoe-in for a bench spot.
Carpo down to Calafeteanu. Wiringi. Little step, and then he brings in Javagal. Good hands from Ursache. Calafeteanu. Tonita. Amazing effort so close to the French game from Romania. But they are losing some turnover ball here. Strauss, Donica Ryan just checks on the pass. A white shirt in the way. Reddan, good snap on the pass. Here comes Jackson to Madigan. Trying to work his way through.
Run out once!
Great decision by Tonita to hold on to that ball. The Romanian defender had come through to look for an intercept.
Tommy Bowe was looking for Earls there. Botezatu covered, and then they call the rocket. Haven't seen him go off yet.
Patience.
The Romanian winger. Turashvili. They're going to France to play after the World Cup with Colomiers, joining his captain Mihai Macovei in France. Oh dear. Ionita on Jackson. Bit of a timing issue, I think, here.
I think he'll find himself having a little rest. He's going to get sent to the bin for that one. Paddy Jackson.
Foul play?
Yeah.
Potential foul play?
Yeah.
Okay.
Paddy Jackson getting up off the ground. Ionita trying to time it to make the hit as he hit the ground. Unfortunately, just half a yard early, and he's going to find himself in the bin.
Mr. Catcher must be allowed to return to terra firma. There's one outstretched leg from Jackson that confuses the issue a little bit.
Cronin, I need you to confirm for me whether his feet are on the ground or not.
And Craig Joubert wants that clearing up, quite rightly.
We're just looking at one more angle, Craig.
Okay.
They're just looking at Paddy Jackson's right foot there to see if it was on the ground. I don't think it was. I think it hits the ground.
One more angle, Craig.
But you wonder now, with it being so close, what the sanction will be.
I think if Paddy Jackson
Craig,
goes
the last
over...
one was the best angle that you have.
Okay, it's difficult for me to see. Was his foot in the air on the ground when he got
His
tackled?
foot was in the air.
In the air.
Player
Okay,
was
look,
in the air.
it is so marginal. I'm going penalty only.
Yeah,
Okay.
feels like the right call.
Penalty only in the air. Yep.
Looked a lot worse live, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of a cop-out by Joubert there. Said he didn't see it, he can't see if his foot's on the ground or not. To the letter of the law, that's a yellow card. If Paddy Jackson goes above the horizontal, that's a red card.
Sorry, say again? Yeah, thanks.
Sean Cronin comes on. And so too, another Sean O'Brien. Off goes Richard Strauss at hooker. And Jamie Heaslip in the back row. One leader for another, Sean O'Brien.
You've just got to be real careful.
That's the old argument, isn't it? Letter of the law or a bit of sympathy, having about 10 looks at the replay to decide what actually happened.
Please, 6 white replacements.
It's a strange one. He asked the TMO was his feet on the ground. The TMO said no, and he still didn't pull the trigger on a yellow card.
Tell you what, I'm not having you in the passenger seat.
Come on.
The Toto tank is on. Hopefully we can see him have some big carries. Good to see Jamie Heaslip get a rest after a great performance last week as well.
Changes being made. How will it alter the dynamic? See, Johannes van Heerden is on, the South African-born Romanian player, into their engine room. Reddan. Oh, that's a good bust through from Darren Cave. He might try and stretch here. Referee looks and can see that it's not a try, but it still might be. Out it comes. And then it's one mad scramble on the floor from everybody. Ireland still have it. Reddan. Crowd desperate to let it go for that bonus point score, but they'll have to wait.
I think we may see a yellow card here.
1-2. Number 12, please. 12? 12.
Really strong carry by Cave in the midfield, identifying some tired forwards and attacking the weak shoulders. very nearly getting there himself, but some very smart play by Gal, slowing the ball down. I think he'll have a little spell.
Number 12. You deliberately played the number 9 to slow quick ball right on your goal line. It's cynical.
Captain Macovei knows just how important that might be. It's another yellow card. He's got a bit of a record on that front as Chavagal.
Try line.
No Romanian player has had more in international rugby than Chavagal.
He shook his head as he was going off, but I think he knew what he was doing. Smart play. He didn't get away with it, though.
Scrum option there. Three points of no interest to Ireland here. They're going for the try.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Look at that from Romania, though. And Reddan forced to release quickly, and round from Jackson to Reddan again. There's Bowe, there it is!
He certainly knows the way to the try line. Clever little run-around play by Ireland. I don't think they actually needed it, as the Romanians were a man down. Hands potentially would have done the job, but looks good. And a fantastic try.
It really is a killer for the two-tier nations against the number 1-tier nations. That man down in the back, space created. Nicely done.
Was a nice line by Madigan. I think if he had taken that short ball, potentially he was through under the sticks as well.
So Bowe has 2, Earls has 2, and they have their bonus point. Real statement from Tommy Bowe today.
I think he needed it. I think he was disappointed by being excluded last week. Certainly had a point to prove, and everything he's done today has been world class.
If this man wants to be the Mr. Versatile on the bench, as you were saying, Jordan, kicking part of what he's got to give. He's got a lot to give. There's Ian Madigan.
Good to see him get a spell last week. 25 minutes against Canada. Showed some beautiful touches. He's had a great game at 10 today. He's moved to 12 now. Continued the kicking duties. And I think he's a shoe-in for that bench spot.
Tyke Furlong has come on to replace Nathan White. And, of course, Paul O'Connell, who is now Ireland's most capped forward, overtaking John Hayes. 106 caps for Ireland, plus his Lions caps as well on top of that. That's not gone 10 from Wiringi, and that just keeps the pressure on with this man down.
Paul O'Connell there, first to the scrum, cajoling, tapping people, bringing the energy, dragging these fatigued bodies on and giving them that extra bit of energy that they'll need to finish this game.
Kearney back on for Earls.
Crouch!
See O'Brien packing down the leg. He's come on for Heaslip.
Bind!
And he can move across the back row. O'Brien quite happy with 6, 7 or 8 on his back.
Waiting on!
All very useful when it comes down to the squad getting you there. Cave and Madigan and Zebo. Oh, Zebo's ripping away here. Looks for the ball inside. Unselfish. Kearney. Ready to let loose now, Ireland.
A very similar move to the last try. Other side of the field, the wraparound with the 9. Really good miss pass. Some fantastic skills by Zebo. Very unselfish, pulling the ball inside. Showed some real gas on the outside channel, and then, as we said, that support line by Rob Kearney coming back short to the ball, enabling him to get that try.
He didn't want it to end with a limp, That's a good switch from Reddan. Madigan, Jackson initially involved as well. Then Zebo really put the foot down there. Gas.
He has that in a plenty.
That wasn't a Joe Schmidt move, was it, that he revealed? Surely not.
I don't think that's too much of a revelation. Simple run around 10 behind 13's back. It's good play. Very well executed move. Rob Kearney ran a great line to fix that winger and create that space for Zebo on the outside, but for him to pin his ears, really take those yards and then put the ball back on the inside is quality wingers play.
Thanks for those reassuring words. Leave them for France, I think.
Oh, I think Schmidt said beforehand he wanted to see the team gel. He wanted to see a little bit of consistency, so I'm sure he's saying that he'll be pleased with that try.
I have to say, it's that sin bin period again. And it's fatal. For a side like Romania against a side like Ireland. That time Madigan can't add the conversion, and Rob Kearney, rather worryingly, still keeps hobbling around.
Romania rolling their bench. You can see they were dead on their feet. We talked about the fatigue that they'd be in the last 15 minutes. We're seeing it now. They've had no option but to bring on 4 replacements.
So that's the whole of their bench now. Laza coming on into the front row. Bowe into the back, as well, the back rower. In the backs already we've seen Ionita on, but scrum half Surugiu has come on to replace Calafeteanu and Vlaicu, one of Romania's more established names over the years as well. He's into the backs, and he's going to have to work here because Ireland sends something every time they get the ball now.
Certainly there are opportunities out there. We've given Madigan some big raps in this game. Unfortunately, they're just trying to carry the ball one-handed. It's got to be more secure than that.
Nice and steady before the ball, please. Yeah.
Tonita coming in with a good shot, just jarring the ball out.
Captain's gone.
Okay.
Macovei.
On my side. Stay down there. Crouch.
Cronin, Surugiu to
Point.
put in.
Set.
See, Vlaicu is on for Wiringi. Dan Dumbrava, the experienced 10, was dropped from the squad. He didn't go too well against France.
7 green.
He got the chop. It was Kinikinilau. This is from Headen. Surugiu finds Turashvili. This is not a game where Romania will want to do anything else but deliver all the way through to the final whistle, even though it's not one of those that they would have targeted. Such a proud side, and this chance to play.
I can't play advantage. First knock by white and then back by green.
Something that they wanted to really seize
First
on.
knock by white.
They've been on the back foot possession stat-wise today, but they've done well when they've had the ball. A big pack, very combative. They played well.
Let's just head to the studio to get some comments from Gareth Thomas, who's watching on. Gareth?
Yeah, just from a Romanian point of view, I think how unlucky they've been in defence. Structurally, they're sound, but what's happening? Ireland have started putting balls behind the back of some Irish players, and unfortunately, they're taking the wrong read. So players think they can take the big hit coming out of the structure, and that structure's falling apart. I showed for the last try then. If they all stay in structure, they're a solid defensive unit.
Yeah, very much so. The guys talked at half-time about that quick ball and the breakdown, and it's been a lot better from Ireland in the second half. The positive, dominant carries, enabling to get that quick ball, putting the Romanian defence under pressure. They're perfectly willing to make tackles when they're in that line.
But it's just a little bit early, hey? Yeah. We can do better, can we? Yep.
Watching you, watching me.
Okay, tight forward down. Time off.
Conor Murray, so he's going to have a run at scrum half.
Yeah, that's
Of course,
fine.
that's his
Send them right
trade.
down.
There's a player that Ireland will not want to get injured, but it's out of necessity here because Kearney has gone to the sidelines.
Time on.
And that blow that he took in scoring the try
I'll try my best.
has not gone away.
Hopefully it's not too bad.
Good patience.
And that he could manage to play another 10 minutes afterwards, you'd hope. He'd be right for the rest of the tournament. Worrying times for Ireland.
Let's just hope that's a precaution, and Kearney's got the message to the bench to say, look, I'm coming off just in case.
Come this way.
On the plus up front, Simon Zebo's had an outstanding game at fullback today. Slotting back into that role now with Conor Murray taking up an unfamiliar position on the left wing.
Guys, I think we're getting a bit far. We're going to get closer together.
Simbin peering over. Chabagal is back.
Crouch!
He doesn't look distraught. He's not the kind of character who would, I don't think, but
Set!
it's quite encouraging, just his facial expression there. Conor Murray's having a run on the wing, as Lloyd Williams did to great effect last night. The Welsh scrum
Fall out
half.
what? Yeah, yeah.
Here's Cronin. He can really travel.
Gets a lot of tries. Sean Cronin late in the games, he's such a powerful athlete.
Sean O'Brien, something to be said of him as well. Then Darren Cave. Here is Murray.
Roll out, blue, white!
Clearance there, Paul O'Connell very much part of that. O'Brien again. Madigan just has his own man in the way there, Donica Ryan, but didn't matter for too long. There goes Darren Cave. Cave looks for the support. Tommy Bowe just about tried to support his own body weight there. Lost control for a second, but the major issue was the replacement Romanian scrum half. It was definitely off his feet.
Cave did well to hold on to that ball.
Yep.
A lot of pressure on Tommy Bowe there. That penalty could have gone either way, but you can see the Romanian 9, the replacement 9 off his feet.
Florin Surugiu.
Yeah. Four.
In many ways, Romania will be pleased to get these matches against France and Ireland out of the way so they can try and concentrate on Canada and Italy and try and go for automatic qualification to the next World Cup. What they go here is over their own line. Easily done that time. Power at the end. Henry.
I wonder what effect Paul O'Connell had in that try. Certainly he comes on and the maul seems to function that little bit better. A lot of weight, a lot of competitiveness in him.
Well taken by Geordie Murphy again. He's been a strong presence at the line-out, real option to Tona and Ryan, and then there was no stopping that drive. Technique spot on.
Paul O'Connell and Sean O'Brien either side of him, driving him over the line.
Ireland's totals against Romania in previous encounters in the World Cup, 53 and 45. But Romania's totals have been yards on those occasions, 35 in Dublin and 17 in Gosford. So Ireland will be happy with their defensive effort. By and large, though, the Romanian defensive effort has been excellent. Just couldn't do anything here.
Well, they've made a lot of tackles. They haven't missed too many. 25 missed, I think. But on the whole, it's been a committed performance by the Romanians. They've tackled. That white line has been good. When Ireland have had quick ball and got over the gain line, they've been a little bit troubled. But that's the nature of the game.
Vlaicu restarts. A bit of confusion there in the Irish ranks.
Conor Murray in an unfamiliar position there. That left winger should be just behind the pod. If Paul O'Connell's not calling for it, it's a winger's ball. Murray there thought O'Connell was going to take it. O'Connell thought Murray was going to.
We'll break it.
Does look like this group is coming into that final match between France and Ireland. So on that basis, with bonus points and certainly points difference not being a massive issue, it's useful that Ireland have, of course, got the 4 tries today. I don't think many in this stadium would begrudge Romania a try here. A little bit like Namibia against New Zealand, but Ireland, the players won't see it that way at all. Proud of keeping Romania out this long. We've just got over 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes to keep that record, but Romania pressing hard here, Jordan.
Les Kiss will be one man for sure who will not want Romania to score. Really good test for Ireland here. Romanians, big men, they will maul this. They will try and get their own try, so a good opportunity to practice some maul defence for Ireland.
We saw Lynn Howell's reaction when his side scored the try, the one try they did get against France. Here it is, here's their chance. Turashvili throws to the tail, and it's there for Carpo. Little match within the match here, right at the end. And here goes Tonita. It's there! Romania have done it. A try against France, and now one against Ireland. Olympic Park, Wembley Stadium, big grounds, and for Romania, big moments.
Slightly concerning for Devin Toner when he came out of that line out, having competed at the back. Looked like he rolled his ankle. Hopefully it's just cramp. A very good carry by the Romanians. And Itsu, deserving of the try, having worked hard all day. Big ball carrier there, running at smaller men.
Story of the fives there. Tonita, the try scorer, now level with Marius Tinku as top try scorer for a Romanian forward in the history of their game. And Devin Toner, as you say, Jordan, just taking an awkward tumble. I think it is just a touch of cramp. Seems okay. If it's cramp, he might be the last to know. Big Devin. It's a long way for that message to travel. And the crowd responding really well to this. They knew the score. And Tonita gets his score.
Run away, 20! Yeah, through the ruck is good.
Carpo's been strong. Coventry supporters will be pleased. Penalty island, can they finish with one more?
Great turnover by Seanie O'Brien. Just as we gave Carpo the rap for having a great game, he gets turned over.
Quickly from Jackson towards the corner. Ireland and O'Brien and the forwards have the tactic. They know how they can get this next try. It's pretty obvious.
I think they know they have it. They may try to go to that shift drive that they tried in the first half again, trying to execute something. I think the standard maul has been good for them. The discipline on that, there'll be something they'll have talked about at half-time, so we may see it here.
Tona takes. Said that a few times today.
Use it once. Same more.
Ever hopeful, Reddan, that he'll touch it.
Thank you.
Murphy doesn't want to release it just yet. Reddan grabs it. Tommy Bowe looking for his hat-trick. Romania hold him up. Great effort from Romania again in defence. Absolutely terrific,
Rolling over and
admirable.
holding on. 16 watts, the arriving player.
Committed to the last. It looked like Tommy Bowe was going to get his hat-trick try. Getting himself a little bit isolated in the lunge.
Yeah.
The Romanians,
Yeah.
great over the ball, very strong.
Whoopsie.
And there it is. Ireland build towards the peak of this pool, which is surely set to be that clash with France in Cardiff. But the Wembley way is a winning way for Ireland. And by a big distance too. Joe Schmidt, once again, a happy man. Jordan Murphy.
Yeah, I think he'll be very pleased with a lot of performances out there today. Hopefully not too much of an injury toll, but the back three were exceptional. Zebo, Bowe, Earls, great games. Madigan was great at 10, and he managed to get some game time at 12 as well. So I think some solid performances out there, giving Schmidt some headaches for the next game.
This actually not Romania's cup final in this competition. Other games to come on that front, but to their credit, they treated it as such. Ireland 44, Romania 10. John.